Hello, everyone, and welcome to the English Practice Podcast. Today's lesson is called You Understand English but Can't Answer. Practice these real conversation lines. This is a very common problem for English learners. You hear a question, you understand it, you know what the person is asking, but when it is time to answer, your mind suddenly becomes quiet. You cannot find the right words. You start translating in your head. You worry about grammar. You worry about pronunciation. And finally, you answer with only one word. Yes, no, good, maybe. Or sometimes you say nothing at all. If this happens to you, please don't feel embarrassed. It does not mean you don't know English. It means you need more practice answering in real conversations. Understanding English and answering in English are two different skills. When you listen, your brain receives English. But when you answer, your brain must create English. That takes practice. So today, we will practice simple conversation lines that help you answer when someone speaks English to you. These lines are not complicated. They are short, useful, and easy to remember. You can use them when you need more time. You can use them when you are not sure. You can use them when you want to give a simple answer. And you can use them when you want to keep the conversation going. Listen first, then repeat after me. Speak slowly, speak clearly. And imagine someone is really asking you these questions. Let's begin. The first problem is this. You understand the question, but you need time to think. In this moment, don't stay silent. Use a time-giving line. Repeat after me. Let me think. Let me think. That's a good question. That's a good question. Give me a second. Give me a second. I need a moment to think. I need a moment to think. Very good. These lines are simple, but they are powerful. They tell the other person, I understand you, I just need a little time. Now let's practice with a real question. Question, why are you learning English? You can start with, that's a good question. Let me think. Repeat, that's a good question. Let me think. Again, that's a good question. Let me think. Now add the answer. That's a good question. I'm learning English because I want to communicate better. Repeat. That's a good question. I'm learning English because I want to communicate better. Excellent. Now another answer. Let me think. I'm learning English because it is useful for my future. Repeat. Let me think. I'm learning English because it is useful for my future. Good. Now the second problem. You answer too short. Someone asks, how was your day? You understand the question, but you only say, good. That is not wrong, but it can stop the conversation. So let's make your answer a little longer. Use this pattern. Short answer plus one detail. Listen. It was good. I finished my work early. Repeat. It was good. I finished my work early. Again. It was good. I finished my work early. Now another answer. It was busy, but I feel okay now. Repeat. It was busy, but I feel okay now. Good. Now another one. It was normal. Nothing special happened. Repeat. It was normal. Nothing special happened. Very natural. Now practice the pattern. It was good because... Repeat. It was good because... It was busy, but... Repeat. It was busy, but nothing special happened, but repeat. Nothing special happened, but excellent. Now make full answers. It was good because I learned something new. Repeat. It was good because I learned something new. It was busy, but I handled everything. Repeat. It was busy, but I handled everything. Nothing special happened, but I had a nice evening. Repeat. Nothing special happened, but I had a nice evening. Great. The third problem, you don't know how to start your answer. This is why answer starters are so useful. They help your sentence begin more easily. Repeat after me. For me, I think, in my opinion, I would say, to be honest, good. Now let's use them. Question: do you like speaking English? Answer: to be honest, I feel nervous, but I want to improve. Repeat: to be honest, I feel nervous, but I want to improve. Again. To be honest, I feel nervous, but I want to improve. Another answer: I would say yes, because English helps me connect with people. Repeat: I would say yes, because English helps me connect with people. Very good. Now question: is English difficult for you? Answer: for me, speaking is the most difficult part. Repeat: for me, speaking is the most difficult part. Another answer: I think English is difficult, but it gets easier with practice. Repeat: I think English is difficult, but it gets easier with practice. Excellent. The fourth problem: you are afraid of making a mistake. Because of this fear, you stay quiet. But remember, real conversation is not a test. You do not need to speak perfectly. You need to communicate clearly. Repeat after me. I don't need a perfect answer. I don't need a perfect answer. I can answer with simple English. I can answer with simple English. Simple English is enough to start. Simple English is enough to start. Very good. Now let's practice simple answers. Question: what do you usually do after work? Simple answer: I usually go home and relax. Repeat: I usually go home and relax. Now make it longer. I usually go home, have dinner, and relax for a while. Repeat: I usually go home, have dinner, and relax for a while. Good. Question: what do you do in your free time? Simple answer: I like watching videos. Repeat: I like watching videos. Longer answer: I like watching videos because they help me relax and learn new things. Repeat: I like watching videos because they help me relax and learn new things. Excellent. The fifth problem: you understand the question, but you don't know the exact word. In this situation, don't stop. Use simple words. You can explain your idea. Repeat after me. I don't know the exact word, but I can explain it. I don't know the exact word, but I can explain it. Let me say it in a simple way. Let me say it in a simple way. What I mean is good. Now practice. Question: what kind of food do you like? Maybe you don't know the exact name in English. You can say, I don't know the exact word, but it is a kind of noodle soup. Repeat: I don't know the exact word, but it is a kind of noodle soup. Another example. Let me say it in a simple way. It is sweet, cold, and people eat it as dessert. Repeat. Let me say it in a simple way. It is sweet, cold, and people eat it as dessert. Very good. You see, you can continue speaking even when you don't know one word. Now the sixth problem: you don't know how to ask back. A conversation is not only about answering, it is also about asking the other person. The easiest line is, what about you? Repeat, what about you? Again, what about you? Another useful line, how about you? Repeat, how about you? Good. Now practice. Question: do you like coffee? Answer: yes, I do. I usually drink coffee in the morning. What about you? Repeat: yes, I do. I usually drink coffee in the morning. What about you? Question: do you like learning English? Answer: yes, I do. I practice a little every day. How about you? Repeat: yes, I do. I practice a little every day. How about you? Excellent. This small question keeps the conversation alive. Now the seventh problem: you want to answer, but you're not sure. You don't need to sound 100% certain. Use soft answers. Repeat after me. I'm not sure, but I think. I'm not sure, but I think. Maybe, maybe, I guess. It depends. Good. Now practice with questions. Question: Is speaking English harder than listening? Answer: I'm not sure, but I think speaking is harder for me. Repeat: I'm not sure, but I think speaking is harder for me. Question: What is the best way to improve English? Answer: It depends, but I think daily practice is important. Repeat: It depends, but I think daily practice is important. Good. Now the 8th problem. You don't know how to respond when someone shares something. For example, someone says, I had a really busy day. You understand them. But what should you say? Use reaction lines. Repeat after me. Oh, really? Oh, really? That sounds tiring. That sounds tiring. That sounds great. That sounds great. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Very good. Now practice. A. I had a busy day. B. Oh, really? That sounds tiring. Repeat the answer. Oh, really? That sounds tiring. A. I got a new job. B. That sounds great. I'm happy to hear that. Repeat. That sounds great. I'm happy to hear that. A. I was sick last week. B. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you feeling better now? Repeat. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you feeling better now? Excellent. These lines help you sound more natural and caring. Now let's practice a full conversation. Listen first. A. Why are you learning English? B. That's a good question. I'm learning English because I want to communicate better. A. Is speaking difficult for you? B. To be honest, yes. I understand English, but sometimes I can't answer quickly. A. What do you do to improve? B. I practice simple lines every day. It helps me feel more confident. A. That sounds great. B. Thank you. I still make mistakes, but I keep going. Now repeat after me. Why are you learning English? That's a good question. I'm learning English because I want to communicate better. Is speaking difficult for you? To be honest, yes. I understand English, but sometimes I can't answer quickly. What do you do to improve? I practice simple lines every day. It helps me feel more confident. That sounds great. Thank you. I still make mistakes, but I keep going. Beautiful. Now let's do another conversation. A. How was your day? B. It was busy, but I feel okay now. A. What did you do? B. I worked, studied a little English, and took care of some things at home. A. Do you study English every day? B. I try to. Some days are busy, but I still practice a little. A. That's good. B. Thanks. What about you? Now repeat line by line. How was your day? It was busy, but I feel okay now. What did you do? I worked, studied a little English, and took care of some things at home. Do you study English every day? I try to. Some days are busy, but I still practice a little. That's good. Thanks. What about you? Excellent. Now let's review the most useful lines from today. Repeat after me. Let me think. That's a good question. Give me a second. For me, I think, to be honest, I would say I don't need a perfect answer. I can answer with simple English. Let me say it in a simple way. What I mean is, what about you? How about you? I'm not sure, but I think it depends. Oh, really? That sounds great. That sounds tiring. I'm happy to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Very good. Now let's practice confidence lines. Repeat slowly. I understand English and I can learn to answer. I understand English and I can learn to answer. I can start with simple lines. I can start with simple lines. I can take a moment to think. I can take a moment to think. I can answer with one clear sentence. I can answer with one clear sentence. I can ask a question back. I can ask a question back. I can keep the conversation going. I can keep the conversation going. Excellent. Remember, you don't need to answer every English question perfectly. Start with the simple line. Use a short answer. Add one detail. Ask a question back. That is enough to begin. For example, question, how was your day? Answer, it was busy, but I feel okay now. What about you? Simple, clear, natural. Now repeat this final answer. It was busy, but I feel okay now. What about you? Again, it was busy, but I feel okay now. What about you? Great. After this lesson, choose 3 lines from today. For example, let me think. To be honest, what about you? Practice them out loud. Use them in your own answers and repeat them until they feel natural. The next time someone asks you a question in English, don't panic, don't stay silent. Use one simple line, then continue. Thank you for practicing with me today. Keep listening, keep repeating, keep answering, and I'll see you in the next episode.